we have received All Out from the Borough Command. All Out is a program that was instituted about 2 years ago, in which precinct staff members, police officers who normally perform duty inside doing clerical duties, put their gun belt on and go back outside and perform patrol duties for the day. We've had them out there, I'll say, for the past 3 or 4 months, 5 months. They're out there every Thursday and Friday doing patrol in the 3-4. And that's usually between 35 and 40 cops every Thursday and Friday, in addition to our normal staff. We have the Manhattan North Task Force, who comes in. That's a specialized unit assigned to the Borough Command. They're trained to respond to emergency incidents. They come with about 15 to 20 police officers every day and supervisors. They perform duty in the precinct daily. We have our Borough Grand Larceny unit, Grand Larceny and Burglary unit, and they come in. They're another about 15 police officers, sergeants, and lieutenants in plain clothes who specialize in surveillance. They follow people that we know have been arrested in the past for committing burglaries, for committing property crimes, and they watch, they surveil buildings. They watch buildings that we have targeted as prone to burglaries. The Patrol Borough Manhattan North Scooter Task Force has been assigned to us. Another 15 police officers on scooters who perform duty up here every day. We get help from One Police Plaza also, from the police headquarters. They have been sending us the aviation unit. The aviation unit comes by and they perform patrol over designated areas that we send them to look for people up on rooftops, people who don't belong, people on fire escapes. The mounted unit is expected to be here this weekend. We have our gang division. We have Manhattan North Narcotics personnel working in the 3-4. The Warrant Division has been working in the 3-4, as well as the Crime Prevention Division. We also have our precinct personnel, in addition to their all-out on Thursdays and Fridays. We've cut our staff and put them out on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays to get everybody out there that can do work, that can do police work, is our main goal right now. We have auxiliary police officers, explorers, everybody who can pitch in is pitching in. We work closely with the DA's office, who are here right now, and the Parks Department to protect the parks. What do we ask of the community? Because as we heard earlier, we cannot do the job by ourselves. The main thing that we ask for is a true partnership. We are in the community 24 hours a day, but we don't live in the community 24 hours a day. We work in roughly 8-hour shifts, 5 days a week. The people who live here 24/7. They're here every day of the year. So we do need true partnership. We couldn't possibly do our jobs without the information we receive from the community. We need to know what you know, and we work best in collaboration. An example of how we do that, a couple quick examples. Since I've been assigned to the precinct in the short time, we made a couple really good arrests. One of them was spoken about earlier, and I know it's a concern to the community, so I'll address it very briefly. It was the sex crime that happened in Inwood, in which a police officer was arrested. It worked the way that the system is supposed to work. The response worked the way the system is supposed to work. A citizen saw something happen. She wasn't sure, the citizen was not sure what was happening, but she picked up the phone and called 911. The police responded immediately and arrested the person doing that crime. The person was given no quarter. An immediate arrest was made. The follow-up investigation was taken was treated with the utmost level of seriousness. The Police Department Internal Affairs Bureau Special Victims Unit, Crime Scene Unit, and the District Attorney's Office were all involved in the case from the very beginning, and they're going to continue to be involved until the case is brought to a successful conclusion. We had a robbery arrest recently in Fort Tryon Park. The police responded because a person who was there and witnessed what happened picked up the phone and called 911. They provided a description of the person who committed the crime and a location where it happened. They didn't get involved in the incident other than that, but that was enough for the police to respond and to do their job. We had a burglary arrest recently, which could have gotten really bad. A home invasion burglary of someone's apartment where a neighbor saw something that they thought wasn't right. They didn't know exactly what it was, but they called 911. And we made an arrest on that. All of these persons are in jail right now. None of them have received bail. They're all in jail. I bring this up to everybody because we could not possibly have done this work without the community, without the people sitting here today. My hope, and I have confidence that this will happen, is that everybody here will bring this back to their families, to their friends. And if you give that to a couple people and you tell them the importance, you tell them the real effect of collaboration with the police department, how it can succeed, that this will expand geometrically and will improve the quality of life together in the community. Other ways that I encourage involvement, other things that we would ask of the community, are that they be involved in our precinct council meetings. After the summertime, we have them every month, and I can think of a few better forums to exchange information, for the community to bring information to us and us to give appropriate information to the community. We have an auxiliary police program where people volunteer to go out, they put on the auxiliary uniform, and they volunteer to go out and be the eyes and ears of the police department. And we get a lot of use out of them. We've had very successful operations, crime prevention operations, auxiliary surge operations where they caravan around to show presence in the community. It's a very worthwhile program. We spoke a little bit earlier about security patrols. I would be more than happy to speak with anybody about security patrols. I worked in Brooklyn for a long time, and there were very successful security patrols in several of the neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Done properly, they can do nothing but enhance the neighborhood. There's a civilian police academy that I wholeheartedly recommend to everybody here. It's an opportunity to learn, to put yourself in the other person's shoes to some extent, and to see what the police officers do. We all want the police officers to know what everybody here does, and we encourage community involvement. We encourage cops to go into stores and say hello, to people in the street. I encourage everybody here to come to us and say hello to us and see what we do through the Civilian Police Academy, and also through ride-alongs. We can arrange for people to take a ride, to spend several hours with a precinct patrol car, driving around the neighborhood, seeing what they do on a daily basis. Always use 311 as an option. It's a good way to address quality of life complaints. Use 911 responsibly. If people here, I'm going to give you my office number. I gave it at the last meeting. I was a little, I got a couple calls, but I really mean it. You can call. It's my phone at my desk. I'm going to give that to everybody right now. It's 212-927-9445. I also have an email account that I look at every couple hours. It's 34 Precinct, PRECINCTCO @gmail.com. Most importantly, not most importantly, I'm just going to repeat something that I said a little bit earlier. We have to work together. I really want people here to call me. Call my office, call the precinct. It's 927-9711. Call our community affairs officers. I know we're gonna get to a question and answer session. If I don't speak to everybody from the podium, I'll be here after the meeting until we're done. If anybody wants to wait and speak to me personally, you can speak to me personally. I really want everybody here to know that your concerns are my personal concerns. I'm going to treat them as such, and I'm going to make sure that everybody in the precinct treats them as such.